So I'm back, and we're in round two, and I'm playing against this guy named Batun Tinha. And the thing is, I watched his replays for the previous round, and one thing I did notice is he is playing Bant. He's playing Bant, so it's not gonna be an easy matchup. Let's just say that. This hand looks okay. Might not be fast enough to really take him out, but you do what you have to, I guess. I think here I'd rather lead off with the Seachrome Coast as opposed to an Inkmoth next, just in case I draw like a black source next turn. That way I can play Tide Hollow Sculler. So he should know pretty much exactly what I have by now with the Midnight plays. That shouldn't be a surprise. Alright, so it turns out there was a good reason that I played the Seachrome Coast first. Alright, so let's take a look at his hand. Oh, wow. Um, so if he plays a Stoneforge, he's going to fetch up probably a Sword of Feast and Famine. And then he'll equip that to like his Mirran Crusader. So I think I'd probably rather just take out his Stoneforge. So that is a tough one. Yeah, Stoneforge I think is probably the best move there. I'm not exactly sure which one to take. That's why hand disruption's a bit difficult for me. But I'm sure you'll let me know what you think of these choices. His play here will just be a Lotus Cobra pass. And then it'll be my turn again. And I'll drop a Mox Opal and get in there for 4. Well, I don't. Do I want to trade? Not really. I'll trade those, but I won't trade Tide Hollow Sculler. Alright, so here he's going to add a white, and he's going to play his Mirran Crusader, which will kind of end my aspirations to overpower his stuff. Alright, well, that's something. Let's see, let's go ahead and attack with the Blink Moth. And of course I play the wrong one again, so that's just the way it goes though. Next time. Alright, so he attacks. I'll have to take it. And let's see what he's got. I think I'll let him do that. And I'll counter whatever he plays off of that. But it's not really the Lotus Cobras that are the killers, it's what happens with them. Alright, so here, what do I have? My options here are Tempered Steel, and that's fine. If it gives me something good here to play against, then I can counter it and then next turn attack with 6 damage in the air with Inkmoth Nexus. Alright, well, let's counter that. And we'll find out what he's got in his hand. Possibly a Mana Leak? No. If he attacks with the Crusader, I will trade, but he did not. Alright, so he's got 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 mana, potentially. Still think I'm gonna attack with 1 Ink Moth. And see what he does about that. Probably turn one of his colonnades into a creature, I would think. He might have actually taken it, but not going to happen this time. But now one of his colonnades will be a 1/1 creature if he actually decides to block, which it looks like he's planning on doing. Alright, fair enough. Ooh, that's not good. Alright, so what is his plan here? Protection from green and blue. 4/4. Let's see. Potentially here could double block and kill it. Not sure how worth it that is. For now, let's chump block it and just pass the turn. Okay, I like that. Let's go with the Steel Overseer. And let's get in there with a Nexus. Alright, so the game is coming down somewhat close. And he's gonna have mana up for 1 colonnade. Alright, well, let's see. One thing I can do. So this will be a 4/4 if I activate it now. Let's see, first of all, let's throw down a Springleaf Drum. That seems like a solid card to put down on the field. And let's just pass the turn here. So he's playing a Noble Hierarch. Interesting. 5/5. So here, going to have to chomp with an ornithopter. All right. And he equips Lotus Crupper with his Sword of Body and Mind. So here, let's activate the Ink Moth and put a counter on it. And I think we can kill him this turn, assuming he does not have removal. Alright, so let's play Tempered Steel, Mana Leak. That's not good. Ugh, that was terrible. That was the worst play I think that's ever happened to me. I went straight somehow right into the combat step and didn't even get a chance to activate the Blink Moth. Well, that looks like this is game. Nothing I can do now. He's basically won. So here I'm just going to go ahead and let him through. Might as well save up my Steel Overseer in case I need it. He's going to get double Mill and double Wolf, but that's okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and activate the Ink Moth and pump it up one more time. Alright, so let's go ahead and attack into him and see what he does. Possibly just activate his Celestial Colonnade, block there. He's got the victory here, and it's unfortunate because I don't think I could have won last turn, but I could have been a lot closer. Would have been much less embarrassing at this point. But yeah, the game pretty much right now is over. He could just attack with everything and take me out. Here comes the Colonnade. That'll be a, what, 5? Yep, so that's really game there. Block that. Oh, that's got protection from protection from black. Well, look at that. Alright. So, I guess it doesn't really matter how I block here because it's game over, but might as well put up a semblance of a fight. Alright, so that's that game. And that was pretty unfortunate, I have to admit. But we'll keep going. Alright, so first of all, the Unified Wills are out. Trinket Mages are in. Pithing Needle is in. Zealot's Persecution is in. And Linvala is in. cards I'm going to take out, the 3 Mim Knights. Those are going to go. Those are bad against creature decks. I think this is okay. Don't believe he's using Baneslayers or anything like that. So no reason to bring in Path to Exiles. He doesn't have Vengevines, so this should be okay.